Ahoy, me hearties, and welcome aboard the Nightingale. My name is Alistair, and I will be your captain as we begin our journey through Lies of P. So, some things I want to cover first before we get into the game. So this might take a minute, so those of you that just really don't care, feel free to skip ahead. If I remember or care about editing, I'll try and remember to find a timestamp or something to put on screen, but don't hold your breath on that. You know how I am about editing. So, yeah, I disappeared for a while. Any of those of you who follow me on Twitter will have seen that in February my father passed away unexpectedly. And I've been just trying to recover from that. Things are finally starting to get back to normal, but it's been about 5 months since I've recorded. So I almost feel brand new at this again. I'm jumping back into the beginning. So I guess kind of bear with me as I get my sea legs back, you know? But other than that, yeah, I'm back. I hope to get to regular uploads again, and that things have finally started to calm down in my life. So, yeah. Yeah, we are going to be starting a new voyage today with Lies of P, a very, very good Souls-like that I had been putting off for quite a while. I'm really bad at starting new games, but a streamer that I've been very much enjoying, he played through it, and that kind of got the fire going, so to speak, and I tried it out, and I loved it, and decided I'm gonna toss this up on my channel. For those of you who are familiar with Lies of P and how it works, you're probably going to be mad at me. Lies of P's combat focuses a lot on parrying. I'm really bad at that, so I won't be doing it much. It'll happen, but it'll happen by accident for the most part. So, this could be frustrating if you're good at this game. And for those of you who know nothing about this game, this is a Souls-like based on Pinocchio. And I think that's all the intro to this that is needed. So let's jump into this. I can't remember if there was a opening cutscene before you just jump right in. I think there is. So we'll wait to see what happens with that. But yeah, it is good to be back. I've been wanting to record for a while now. And so, yeah. In honor of the great writer Carlo Collodi. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
Can you hear me?
I do not speak Italian, so some of the nuances...
Shadows, puppet. We need your help.
Nuances of some of the pronunciation will escape me. And you'll notice that throughout this playthrough. Same with French. There are some French things in here that I might mispronounce a little bit. Alright. And, like, basically any Souls game, they just throw you right into it.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Well, here I am. Just been sitting in that fancy chair. The really good neck support.
I see they got Jiminy too. But we have to hurry. My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krat, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Monad's lamp. Excellent. Alright, tooltips on how to use the belt. Having very recently played through this game, I probably won't be reading, like, the tooltip things. If any of you are really that interested, I suppose you can always pause it. Obviously, anything that has to do with lore and the like.
There. Find something that might help.
Notes and things like that I will be reading. Also, I'm not purposely taking this slow. You have to walk in this sequence for some reason.
But the streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there. It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Alright, so Path of the Cricket, Balance, Path of the Bastard, Dexterity, and Path of the Sweeper, Strength. So, standard Souls-like with Strength, Dex, or Quality, which is a mix of both. I mean, I guess I'll just start with the Path of the Bastard? How do I want to do this time? Honestly, I'll probably end up using much the same weapons as I did my first playthrough. I found a pair of them that I really liked.
Destination Hotel Krat. Recommend escaping from this location.
Thanks, Jiminy. That's something I really like about this game. When you're opening, like, heavy doors and everything, your robotic arm here will start to, like, kind of spark and sizzle at times. Alright. So yeah, it's kind of like a robo-steampunk apocalypse type thing. These are the puppets that have been built to make the city of Krat prosperous and wealthy. A sawtoothed wheel. Excellent. Alright. So I just got the pulse cell, which is essentially your Estus flask. It's how you heal. Oh, let's see. Krat Grand Exhibition 18XX. Witness the... That's my biggest complaint about this game, is notes disappear way too fast. Witness the greatest show on Earth. Experience the future of the world. You know, something I kind of want to do, because I didn't get to play around with it too terribly much. One of the DLCs, like you saw before that a bunch of stuff had popped up, but one of the DLCs gives you some cool starting stuff, including this incredibly overpowered Dragon Crescent Glaive. And I kind of want to play around with that for a little bit, at least until I end up getting... the weapons that I plan on using throughout the playthrough. Admittedly, this, I used this a bit in my first playthrough. It kind of became my boss-killing weapon. Because essentially, it's almost starting you out with a boss-level weapon in the very beginning of the game. Yep, guarding, I know how to guard. Well, in theory, I know how to guard. So... You can block attacks, which will do the same thing as Bloodborne, to where, like, I'll show you, if you watch my health bar, so it turned darker, and now as I attack, I regain health. Pardon me, it turned lighter. So that's what happens on just a regular guard. If you manage to guard at the exact right time, that's what this game refers to as a perfect guard. And I guess is how you're supposed to technically play the game. You're supposed to get really good at perfect guarding. I'm awful at it. But for most enemies, if you do a perfect guard, their weapon will like flash red. And you can actually destroy enemies' weapons by doing enough perfect guards. Because weapon durability is a big thing in this game. If you notice above the symbol for my weapon down in the corner, there is essentially a progress bar. That is my weapon durability. But you've got this handy grinder, on the end of, or on your elbow, that you can just repair the durability of your weapons in the field whenever you want, as many times as you want, which is really, really nice. And this thing just feels fun to use. I've never really used halberds or anything like that throughout Souls games, but... Passenger's note. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Be sure to steer clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you even if it's not much. Please survive. Anyone. Now, obviously, throughout this playthrough, I'm going to be comparing this almost constantly to the Soulsborne series. This game was not made by FromSoft, has no connection to Dark Souls or Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro, any of those things. This is the best Souls-like game I have ever played or seen. It manages to capture a lot of what made Dark Souls good, while still being able to kind of add their own little twist to some things. Okay, so that was just telling me about, basically, it's like, well, get to the other side of a door, and you can unlock it. So you've got shortcuts. And unlike other Souls games, this one, while this is kind of a little bit of a boss, it's a mini-boss kind of thing. So it's not, you know, your typical... you know, oh, here's how to walk, here's how to dodge, now kill God type of game entry. Alright, cool. So when their health bar starts to flash like that, that means that they are staggerable. If I hit them with a heavy attack, they will go down, and that symbol will appear, which means that I can get a critical hit. A critical hit on them. Which I will probably constantly be referring to as a visceral attack, just because Bloodborne has programmed me. No pun intended with, you know, the whole puppet robot thing, but... Alright, cool. So, killing that guy, I got the key to open this door and head out into Krat. Krat Central Station main entrance key. It just really manages to capture that dark beauty that basically every FromSoft game manages to accomplish. At least every FromSoft Dark Souls game. I have yet to play Armored Core or anything. And look at his shirt, slowly getting wet, and then it's actually turned a little bit see-through because it's a white shirt. And it's just such good details in the graphics. So this is a Stargazer. This is essentially your bonfires of the game. I can rest here, and...
It's called a Stargazer.
I guess she's gonna explain.
A marvelous device the stalkers used in the past.
Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment... Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger. But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever, so be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
So, this was something that I really liked a lot about this game, over other Souls games. For a lot of the Souls games, you have to reach a certain point in the game before you're allowed to level up. And that just means, welcome to the city of Krat. I'll read the rest of that in a minute. In honor of Valentinus, who erected the cornerstone of origin. Valentinus, Valentius. Again, I'm not entirely sure on the pronunciation for a lot of things. I do not speak Italian. I really wish I did. If I could pick a language to just know, in addition to my native tongue, I would love to speak Italian. Mostly because Italy is also one of the only other places in the world that are, like, really on, like, high up on my list of places I want to go. And that's nothing against the rest of the world. It's just, I'm more of a homebody. You know, I mean, I've very rarely left my home state, you know, let alone the country. I don't know. I guess, for being so fascinated with pirates and sailors and whatnot, I've never really had a wanderlust. But Italy is definitely one of those places I would love to go. And obviously, if I could at least speak some of the language, that would make traveling better. Okay, see, his candlestick broke there, because I actually managed a perfect guard. Like I said, it'll happen accidentally. So that pop-up there was telling me about Fable Arts, which is a special ability that I have. If you'll notice, up under my stamina bar, there are 3 little sectioned blue bars. And that's my build-up of Fable Arts. Each weapon has 2 different things attached to it for the blade and the handle, which is something we'll kind of get into later. And you can see that represented on the little icon I've got of my weapon in the lower corner. So each one of those will activate something a little bit different. Which, once we get into a safe place, I'll go through the couple of items that I've collected and read the descriptions, because, you know, big thing with Soulsborne is a lot of the lore and story and everything is hidden in item descriptions, so I'm going to try and keep up on reading that. The Krat Times Issue 183. The Krat Grand Exhibition has been delayed. This decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that has recently paralyzed the city is under control. The occurrence began on Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. While the cause is still unknown, the number of casualties and the scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis dragged on, the workshop and Vanini Company, Krat's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to citizens and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. A task force is investigating the possibility of a fatal loss of the Grand Covenant, which is the control protocol of the workshop's puppets. However, there is no quick solution as of now, with the puppet frenzy resulting in more casualties. As the city braces for a resurgence of the petrification disease, the citizens were advised to stay indoors for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Krat Central Station, intensifying the general chaos. So that's where I just came from, which is why there's, you know, all this wreckage and everything around here. Kind of lost what I was talking about. I know I was talking a little bit about how the Fable arts work, but I guess we'll get into that a little bit more as they become useful. Granted, they're always useful, but given that it's a thing that you have to build up over time, it kind of catches me in that same trap of, like, any RPG ever, where it's like, well, I only have a limited number of this item, I'd better save it for when I really need it, and then suddenly you beat the game with, you know, 200 mega potions that you could have used many times before, but never did. And I think that's something that, most people can relate to if they've played video games at all. That's okay, so I can't open this one yet because I have to open it from the other side. If I touch this now, I get zapped a little bit. So I will probably get lost a couple of times. This is only my second time playing through the game, but I played through it fairly recently, so I have a fairly decent idea of where I'm going. But even in a Robo-Apocalypse game, they cannot resist throwing dogs at me.
Dear citizens of Krat, the recent public frenzy is believed to be just a momentary glitch. There is no cause for alarm. Do not panic, whatever you may hear. The city is safe to traverse. We repeat, do not be alarmed, citizens of Krat. We are effectively handling the situation, with the cooperation of the workshop and the alchemists. The puppets are, naturally, imprinted with the grand covenant that prioritizes human safety above all. Please remain patient while the proper situation. Your active cooperation is requested and required. You will refrain from any unauthorized departures, assemblies, or active protests. Never forget that your safety is of the utmost importance to your city. The time for fear is over. Krat is safe. Krat is safe.
Clearly. I mean, I've never seen a safer city. Alright, so Fury attacks. Basically, when the enemy turns red, like that, your only recourse is to, Perfect Guard. Otherwise, it's going to hit you. Like, even dodging usually doesn't work. So this is a good time to use a Fable Art. So I can do that. But that took all 3 charges of my, Fable Art. Another kind of cool thing, see that I've used up all of my pulse cells for healing. But there's a... It's filled up about... Thanks, Gemini. So that purple part that's filling up, or pinkish, that's filling up on the pulse cell, that is my progress on earning another one. And I earn that by attacking enemies. Which is nice, being able to know that you can earn more and exactly when. And there's another one earned. Which I'm going to use right away, because I feel like either I'm a little bit distracted just by playing and commentating, or I am playing a bit more recklessly than normal. You know, that confidence of beating a game, so you're like, oh, I know I can do this again, then forgetting how the beginning is. I mean, honestly, I would have played this game on New Game Plus, just so I can, you know, show off a lot more of the fancy things that you generally don't get till the end of the game. Till I tried it, and of all the ones that I've tried, this game has the hardest New Game Plus settings that of any of the Souls games that I've played. Because normally you kind of expect it, at least at the beginning of your first New Game Plus cycle in a Souls game, to go in feeling a little bit overpowered. That was not the case. So I figured, fresh game, that'll be better. Ooh, I need to pay closer attention to the weapon durability. Because if my weapon breaks completely, then my grinder won't repair it. Man, this game looks good. And shortcut unlocked. Huzzah.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
Yeah, I'm, really not looking forward to that. Alright, Stargazer activated. Hello.
Hello there! Welcome to Krat, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone. Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
Let's see, what do you have? Right, he sells the rest of the starting weapons in case you change your mind. But, I'm good. So, let's see here. Right, that was something I was talking about earlier, was, a lot of the Souls games don't let you level up until you reach a certain point in the game. So you're just building up all these souls, and then there's basically nothing you can do with them other than potentially lose them. Because some of them, you have to fight a boss first, and beat that boss before you can level up. And this one gave you something different, where basically it's like, okay, you're gonna be able to level up, but I think you can only level up at a Stargazer once. I think. So if I leave here and go back in... Oh no, I can. Why was I thinking that was how it worked? But either way, it's nice you can do that, because I think then once you reach your actual central hub, and meet your level up character, then you can't level up at Stargazers anymore. Introducing the Parade Puppet. Here appears a terrific puppet that will enliven the parade. Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand exhibition. Hello there, I am the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. The Parade Master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, cheerful laughter, and 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight children, the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. This Parade Master was made big in commemoration of the Grand Exhibition. Check out its charms on the eve of the upcoming exhibition. Yay! I'm gonna toss on some throwing items for no particular reason. Unlike the other Souls games, the throwing items in this game are ridiculously overpowered. It's fantastic. Because I wanted to be able to use more of the throwing weapons in, like, Dark Souls 1. Huh. Fatal. That's funny. But they were just terrible. They got better in, you know, later Souls games, but... Hello, Parade Master. And just so nobody is concerned, it's not a glitch in the recording or anything. His subtitles are supposed to be messed up. Alright, that one doesn't do as much. Ah. Alright. So that thing that I just injected let me fill up one of my Fable bars. Things aren't going super well, and there's me dead. Alright. Off to a great start, huh? Cool thing with this game is that it drops your death ergo outside of the boss arena, which is really nice and very convenient. Alright, let's try this again without the items that I used last time. Come on. Alright. Get a visceral on him. Ooh, alright. That was close. Alright, Quartz and Parade Leader's ego. Huzzah. Oh, it is warm in this room. Oh, hello. Oh, bummer for you, man. Yeah, that sucks. Hotel Krat, the greatest luxury you will ever experience. Treat yourself to an unforgettable day. I hate how fast those disappear. I looked through the settings and I couldn't find any way to change that.
One more thing to mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Well, I'm sure that's nothing important and has nothing to do with game mechanics or overall story or anything like that. Probably won't ever come up again. Hey, what's this? Oh, Tim Ergo. Cool. Hidden Moonstone. Excellent. So that's essentially your upgrade material for your weapons. Hello, weird talking door.
Welcome to the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
Well, clearly I am a human.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. Welcome to Hotel Krat.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, my springs are reacting. Oh well, not important. Let's go inside. There's one big hotel. Yay, title sequence. A very nice ship. I really like that title sequence. Alright, let's go explore the hub. Then we'll probably do a little bit of item reading and probably call this an episode. Sorry, creaky chair.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers. But we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans. And that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
Alright. So yeah, Sophia is our level up character.
Look at Gemini. I think he's in shock.
Jenny is fine.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place. Be careful, clever one.
Well, thank you. Alright. Well, let's talk to some folks.
I'll use my power to help you.
Let's see. Tell me about Ergo.
Ergo is the miracle that made Krat prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krat wealthy. When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more Ergo. It will make you stronger.
Right? Tell me about Monad's lamp. So that's the thing that Gemini is in.
In the folklore of Krat, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular. But Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide. As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
Alright, cool. Good talk. Oh, let's see. Go talk to you next.
Welcome to Hotel Krat. My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
Well, let's see what you have to say. Tell me about the Grand Covenant.
The Grand Covenant is a set of absolute commands imprinted on puppets when they are made. First law. All puppets must obey their creator's commands. Second law. A puppet may not harm humans. Third law. A puppet protects and serves humans and the city of Krat. Fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. I've told you about the laws engraved upon every puppet. Do you require anything else?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I realized that there is a cat on top of the mailboxes back there, and everything you were saying didn't matter to me after that. See you later, Polendina. Ah, kitty kitty. We're gonna be best friends. Eventually. It'll happen. This bit's getting old. You sure? Think people will be annoyed. You're probably right. But it's a cat. Okay, I'll leave now. Hello.
Unexpected guests are welcome. We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet.
Like 5 seconds ago?
Might have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished. It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard, and he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story, but I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man, and do take care of yourself out there.
Alright, we got some new clothes and a new gesture. So, something I really like about this game is they separated armor from cosmetics. So you upgrade your different, like, internal parts. I think I got some new ones. Yeah, like I got a better frame here to increase my armor and whatnot. But then we also have costumes. So this is what she just gave us. It's kind of like a school uniform. And that'll have no bearing on my effectiveness in the game. It's just cosmetic. and I think that that was a great design choice. Vanini's Krat Landmark Guide 1. This month's attraction, Hotel Krat. Hotel Krat is one of the city's creepiest and most mysterious buildings. According to lore, Hotel Krat is an isolated castle built by an aristocrat devoted to a form of occultism after receiving a revelation from a radiant tree. At one point, it was used as a mental institution, and some patients said they saw hallucinations. However, no records remain as they were all destroyed in a large fire. Above all, being so far underground just compounds the rumors. Some even said that it was connected to an unknown hell. By now, the rumors have served to embellish the charm of Hotel Krat, which has been renovated in the latest style. As the recent rumors of the grand exhibition Ghost Hotel spread, more customers are actually looking to stay at the hotel. Next is a comment from the hotel owner, Miss Antonia. A ghost hotel? I've heard that more times than I can remember. But fortunately, our hotel guests are brave like lions. It is not a problem at all. Rating, 4 out of 5. Creepy and mystical. Best resort in Krat. Reporter Madero. This guide was made with the support of the Vanini Company, a friend to the city. So this is my favorite character in the game. I think she's just wonderful, and I love her a lot.
I heard about you from Geppetto, but to see you in person... Wow. You should take this. Geppetto left it with me.
And now we have a grappling hook on our arm. Bit of a missed opportunity that it's not used for traversal at all. It is exclusively used for combat.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me. I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
Oh good, she does have some things to say. Tell me about the Stargazer.
The Stargazer is a survival device used by the Stalkers. It powers itself by accumulating and absorbing ergo spores in the air. The Stalkers installed Stargazers all across the city. Once they're recovered, we can put them to use. If you want to test your skills or try new techniques, head for the garden. The Stalkers captured a puppet to use for training. Don't look at me like that. Everyone hates puppets. I know whose side you're on.
Alright, so not going to go through this at the moment, because I don't have anything really to upgrade, but, you can disassemble and reassemble weapons basically to your heart's content. Anything besides unique weapons like the one I'm currently using, you can remove the blade or, you know, axe head or whatever from the handle and mix and match all you want. It's really cool. I organized this place according to the rules, so don't touch anything, Eugenie. Alright. Good to know. So yeah, this was the other cool thing that they did. There were 2 training puppets out here. One that just kind of sits there, so you can test out their damage and whatnot. But this one will actually throw punches, so you can try and get used to blocking and whatnot. It's a really, really nice and helpful detail they didn't need to put in. Great fortune to all visitors, rest for all travelers, blessings to all friends. I really hope that going forward other Souls games and other Souls-likes will take inspiration from this and have a training area in the main hub. even if they don't have one that can attack that you can practice like dodging or anything, but just being able to like test out your damage output is really, really helpful. Alright, so there is more to the hotel to explore, but most of it is closed off right now, like Geppetto's office up there and whatnot. So we're just going to do some item description reading, and we'll call it after that. So if item descriptions and brief bits of speculative lore aren't really your thing, that's probably going to be the rest of the episode. But there's a lot of cool stuff that you can discover on there. So let's see. I'm going to skip over like mechanical parts and just kind of read like the lore parts. So pulse cells are ergo cells that power the P organ. They work with stargazers, and they can also convert the energy from an attack's impact to recharge. Let's see. So the grinder to repair. To those in battle, the grinder is their lifeline. The sharpness of their blade could mean life or death. The thing that I really like about the grinder, other than its utility, is it's a grinder always, even if you're wielding like a club. To repair its durability, you sharpen it, and that's funny to me. Let's see, Monad's lamp. A small lamp with a cricket guide puppet inside. It illuminates the darkness with a faint light. Do not be afraid, even if you get lost in the fog. The cricket guide will be with you. Last resort. A special device that releases all of the P-Organ's energy at once. Dies upon use. The old man feared the possibility of his son failing to awaken properly and going into a frenzy. This initialization device was made as a necessary evil for delicate readjustments. This is a pocket watch that Sophia gave us. A pocket watch from Sophia. The power inside the watch returns the user to the last stargazer visited or to the hotel's stargazer. A pocket watch imbued with mystical power. The power of the watch turns back time to when the boy was in peak condition. Venini's urgent repair tool. Excuse me. Instantly restores weapon durability. Immediately, my bad. An emergency repair tool that Venini made to support stalkers. Regrettably, its manufacturing facility was destroyed during the puppet's occupation, so it has become a rare item. Fable Catalyst. A catalyst made to supplement puppet abilities. Rapidly charges Fable. The catalyst made puppets more efficient by circulating ergo energy within their bodies. This groundbreaking invention was based on one alchemist's ideas. I'm so good at English and talking today. Sawtooth Wheel. A cog wheel that is a common sight in Krat. It can be thrown to draw an enemy's attention. Evil and worthless items can become useful if you collect them. Everything becomes useful in battle in the paralyzed city. Dim Ergo Fragment. A fragment of Ergo, a mysterious power stone that can be found in Krat. Geppetto's puppet can absorb Ergo and turn it into power. Ergo is both a power source and a currency in Krat. Even small pieces can be put to good use in the city. Parade Leader's Ergo. Ergo obtained from the Parade Master. It is packed with immense power. A treasure hunter may want this rare Ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the Parade Master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. So that's the equivalent of the boss souls. I'll be able to trade that in later for a unique item. Quartz. A colorful tiny ergo fragment. It activates a special ability when equipped to the P-Organ. We'll get to that later. There is a special kind of ergo with different color and vibration. The workshop uses this gem to bring out puppets' different abilities. Hidden Moonstone. A rare enhancement material that can be obtained in different parts of Krat. It can upgrade the blades of common weapons. The Moonstone was not from this world. However, it was the most optimal enhancement material. In their urgency, technicians pushed forward with using the Moonstone for weapon upgrade without time to review it any further. Wintry Rapier's Blade. A rapier blade that specializes in sharp thrusts. The long, light blade is well suited for hit and runs. People with cold hearts began wandering Krat long ago. Everyone welcomed the changes that brought wealth, but they were bound to pay the price. And the Wintry Rapier's Handle. A handle made to reflect the client's taste. This handle, meant for a weapon used for duels, is elaborately engraved. The petrification disease swallowed everyone inside a winter crystal. One has no choice but to take up the sword in order not to freeze. Does all that make sense to everybody? Good. I won't bother explaining further then. No, we'll get to that later. I'm probably going to be saying that a lot. A gigantic pole weapon from an eastern land. Its massive weight can be borne only by those who have undying loyalty. The hero wielded this weapon for his sworn brothers in the world. The dragon's oath engraved on the glaive has become a legend passed down for over 1,000 years. I think that this weapon, as well as a set of cosmetic armor, was with a crossover with a different game, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The left arm of steel. Left hand parts made of metal. It throws forward strong punches. Left hand parts made with exquisite details. They do not have special powers. Geppetto's name is faintly engraved in them. Puppet string. A legion arm that can release a wire. It can be strung around an enemy to drag it toward you or to move you towards it. Stalkers devised a tool that increased their mobility during combat with puppets. The wire instantly narrows the distance between one and one's enemies, but it cannot guarantee one's safety afterwards. Workshop Union Basic Frame. A basic frame made by the Workshop Union. It is a part that reinforces puppet frames made with standard dimensions. Union Lightweight Frame. This item was made in the Puppet Workshop for the purpose of improving strength while limiting the weight increase as much as possible. However, its weight is significantly greater than the standard version. Old Generation Converter. An old generation appendage made by the Workshop Union. Its design is old, but it is cheap and effective, so it's still the main one in use. Workshop Union Cartridge Prototype. A prototype developed by the Workshop Union. It came into being after various efforts to improve puppet performance. Workshop Union Certified Liner. A liner made in the dimensions approved by the Workshop Union. It can be made by anyone as long as it complies with certification standards, so who manufactured it cannot be determined. Alright, white shirt, so this is the one I started with. Everyday attire that can be worn casually. It is imbued with someone's kind consideration. It is a casual attire, but made from a sturdy material. The old man was thorough when it came to his son's clothing in anticipation of the rarest disasters. Someone's memory. The uniform of a sophisticated and dignified boarding school. These clothes have been worn before. The uniform of a boarding school famous in Krat. The initial M is engraved on an elegant brooch. Or brooch. I still never really know exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that. I've heard both, so. The Great Venini's signature coat. A high-quality coat designed by Venini himself. It is exactly the same coat as the coat Venini is always wearing. With this coat, even you can become the Great Venini, though of course, only I am truly great. Lorenzi Venini, during the Venini Fan Club anniversary. Treasure Hunter's Hunting Apparel. Hunting apparel worn by the great treasure hunter of Krat. The golden wings attached to these clothes serve as proof of their identity. The hound was the subject of everyone's admiration, so much so that some even aspired to steal his name. Armor of the Honorable. Armor once worn by a famed general from an eastern land. Its colors may have faded after countless battles, but it is imbued with loyalty that has yet to wane. Even the most splendid gifts from a powerful warlord could not outshine the memories he shared with his sworn brothers. Those who knew honor knew where their true value lies. So this is the armor set that goes along with the glaive that I'm using. Mask worn by those preparing for the festival. Mask worn by those preparing for the festival on a summer night. This is a special commemorative mask for people enjoying the festival earlier than everyone else on its eve. The workshop also distributed special commemorative masks when it introduced the Parade Master in anticipation of the approaching Grand Exhibition Parade. The following is a quote from an unnamed masked person. To all those who have come to Krat, I bid thee a chilly and captivating parade. Alchemist hat. A hat often worn by alchemists. A necessity if you are transcending celebrity. If you are a trend-setting celebrity in Krat. I talk English goodly. Lofty humans use dignity and grace to elevate themselves. True elegance does not need a sword to conquer an opponent. Treasure Hunter's Mask. A mask worn by the greatest treasure hunter in Krat. This is the mask worn by the Hound in pursuit of secrets and conspiracies. Everyone assumed that the greatest treasure hunter of Krat would be incredibly wealthy. However, there was only one true treasure that he sought to protect. Winter Festival Peaked Hat. A red peaked hat worn to celebrate Krat's Winter Festival. It is said that the benevolent saint gives presents to good children. They say the saint knew when children lied, yet he still loved the world full of such lies. Earnest Reindeer Antlers. An antlered headband accessory worn to celebrate Krat's Winter Festival. The earnest reindeer flew with the saint and his gifts across the silent night sky. It is said that children who received gifts from the saint draped their treasures over the reindeer's antlers. Following tradition, the people of Krat hung their fruits of appreciation on the Winter Festival tree. Bandana of the Honorable. A bandana once worn by a famed general from an eastern land. The faded green cloth is a memento of the times that he spent with his sworn brothers. The sworn brothers never forget the oath that started it all. When everything is over, they shall once again stand under the blossoming trees and raise their glasses to brotherhood. The Great Venini's Glasses. Glasses of the highest quality, designed and made by Venini himself. They are exactly the same as the glasses Venini is always wearing. To succeed, you must first change your outlook on the world. You too can pursue the world that the eyes of Krat's richest man sees. A marketing line for the Great Venini's Glasses. Illusory Emerald Glasses. Glasses crafted with gems. It is popular among collectors because of its unique color. Jewel glasses that was among a certain alchemist's collections. You may see illusions if you look beyond the emeralds. And Midwinter Night's Red Nose. A nose to celebrate Krat's Winter Festival. The reindeer's red nose showed the way through the foggy night. Venini loved the guiding reindeer so much that he hung a marvelous red nose on the tram on the day of the Winter Festival. The reindeer tram soaring across the sky soon became symbol of Krat's Winter Festival. Alright. So yeah, hopefully that wasn't too boring. There won't be that long of item reading in the future. I'll probably read things as I pick them up. But I think that that is where we are going to leave it for today. So, thank you all for joining me aboard the Nightingale, and I will see you next time as we continue to sail the sea of games. Until then, wow, it's been a long time since I've done my outro that I've almost forgotten it. Let's try that again. Thank you for joining me aboard the Nightingale, and I will see you next time as we continue to sail the sea of games. Until then, keep you the wind at your back and your eyes on the horizon, and fare you well, my hearties.